Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Hafsa Education Wali, a student of Rehan AI Teachers Training Institute, Batch 23, Level 1. Welcome to another insightful conversation with ChatGPT. Today we are discussing a topic that can truly change the way we live, the secret to building lasting habits. Whether you want to study consistently, improve your health, learn English, or become more productive, this conversation will help you understand how lasting habits are built. So, let's begin. Hello, ChatGPT.
Hey there, I'm ready whenever you are. What would you like to dive into or talk about today?
My first question is, what is a habit and why is it so powerful in shaping our lives?
That's a great question. So, a habit is basically a behavior we do regularly, often automatically without really thinking about it. And they're so powerful because over time they shape our identity and our daily success. Small repeated actions like brushing your teeth or reading daily create a kind of foundation for bigger life changes.
Why do people struggle to maintain good habits?
Yeah, that's really common. A lot of times it's because habits take time to form and we underestimate how much effort or consistency is needed. Plus, life gets busy or we rely on willpower alone, which runs out. It's often easier if you can make the habit super small, tie it to a routine, and have reminders in place.
Is motivation enough to build lasting habits?
Motivation definitely helps in the beginning, but it's usually not enough on its own. Motivation can be like a spark, but habits need a stable system. Things like cues, routines, and a clear plan. So once the motivation fades, those structures keep you going.
What is the biggest secret behind creating habits that actually last?
I'd say the biggest secret is to focus on consistency over intensity. So instead of going all in for a short burst, you build a tiny sustainable action each day. That way it becomes part of your identity. And even if you slip up, you just pick it right back up again.
Why is starting small more effective than making big changes?
Yeah, exactly. Because those small, consistent steps don't rely on a sudden burst of willpower. They just embed themselves in your daily life. And over time, those small actions compound. So even though it feels slow, it's way more powerful.
Right. How long does it really take to build a habit?
Yeah, that's a really common question. So the time varies, but a lot of research says around 66 days is a rough average. Some habits form faster, some take longer. It really depends on the complexity and how ingrained it is in your life.
Why are the common mistakes? What are the common mistakes people make when trying to build new habits?
Definitely. One big mistake is trying to overhaul too much at once, like setting really big, unrealistic goals. Another is relying solely on motivation, not having a plan. And also, people sometimes give up after just a small slip up instead of getting back on track.
What role does our environment play in developing good habits?
Oh, absolutely. Your environment plays a huge role. If your surroundings support your habit, like having a gym close by or leaving your book out where you'll see it, it's so much easier. If your environment fights against it, you'll constantly have that friction.
Can technology and AI tools like ChatGPT help us build better habits?
Oh, definitely. They can be super helpful. For example, you can set reminders, get daily check ins, or even have AI track your progress. And it can help you reflect on what's working, tweak your plan, and keep you motivated.
How can students usually daily habits to improve their academic performance? How can
Yeah,
students use daily
absolutely.
habits to improve their academic performance?
Great question. Students can build small daily habits like reviewing notes for 10 minutes every evening or setting a specific time each day for reading. Even things like using a planner, breaking big tasks into smaller steps, or practicing a bit of mindfulness can really boost focus, retention, and overall productivity.
What advice would you give to someone who keeps breaking their habits?
I'd say be really kind to yourself and don't give up too quickly. Try to identify what triggers you to slip, maybe stress or distractions, and then adjust your environment or plan. And keep it really simple. If a habit breaks, just pick it up again without guilt.
What advice would you give to someone who keeps breaking their habits?
Yeah, I think I'd echo that. I'd also say keep your habits super small and really easy to start with so it's not overwhelming. And maybe celebrate small wins. Just staying consistent for a week, even with tiny steps, builds momentum and confidence.
Right. How do habits part of their daily routine?
Yeah, so a lot of successful people anchor their habits to existing routines. For instance, they might tie a new habit to something they already do every morning, like after breakfast or after a workout. They also tend to focus on one or two key habits at a time so they don't spread themselves too thin.
All right. If someone wants to change their life, which habit should they start with first?
Ooh, good question. I think it really depends on what area they want to shift. But generally, a habit like a morning routine, something simple like waking up at the same time, journaling, or getting some exercise, can set a really positive tone. Once that's established, they can layer other changes on top.
Right. And what message do you want to give to the students who want to make their habits?
I'd say to them, be patient and kind to yourself. Every small step counts, and progress isn't always linear. Stay consistent, celebrate those little wins, and remember that building habits is really just about the person you become along the way.
Can you name a list of some habits, some positive habits for students?
Of course. So, for example, a few good ones would be things like reading daily, getting enough sleep, planning their day each morning, practicing mindfulness or gratitude, staying organized, regular exercise, even if it's a short walk. All of those build really strong foundations.
But how can students manage and how can they balance between all these things?
Yeah, balance is key. I think the trick is to prioritize what matters most each day. They can schedule their study time, but also carve out breaks, exercise, and downtime. Using a planner or a digital calendar to block time can help, and just be flexible. Some days will be more intense than others, and that's okay.
All right, and exercise. Exercise, a habit of exercise is how much necessary for the students and for young, especially young people.
Oh, it's really important. Regular exercise helps them boost their focus, manage stress, and even improve their mood. Even just 30 minutes a day, like a walk, a bike ride, or a bit of stretching, can make a big difference to their concentration and energy.
Okay, give some tips about developing book reading habit.
Absolutely. So, one is to set a small daily reading goal, like 10 minutes a day. Keep the book in a visible place so you remember, and maybe tie it to another habit, like after dinner or before bed. And try varying genres to keep it fun.
Which type of books should students read?
Yeah, I'd say a mix is really valuable. They can have a foundation in fiction for creativity and empathy, but also balance that with nonfiction, like history, science, or self development, so they get a broad perspective and build critical thinking.
All right. What is your final message for anyone who wants to build lasting habits?
I'd say just start small, stay consistent, and be patient with yourself. Every day is a chance to build momentum. And remember, it's not about perfection, it's about showing up for yourself even when it's tough.
So, thank you so much, ChatGPT. Uh,
You're very welcome. I'm really glad we could talk about this. If you have any more tips or just want to check in, I'm here for you.
Thanks a lot.
You're so
So, viewers, thank you for joining us for this conversation with ChatGPT. We hope these questions inspire you to reflect on your daily routines and begin building habits that lead to lasting success. If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like, share, and follow for more educational conversations. See you in the next episode, inshallah. I'm Hafsa Education Valley, and I say goodbye and we'll meet you in the next episode, inshallah. Ta'ala. Till then, Allah Hafiz.